we have obviously seen that the COVID vaccination, which is not a traditional vaccine, required more tthan 1, 2, 3 boosters. So that kept on going. That's definitely more money in the bank. But the financial system and the big pharma are connected in this regard. The financial system, I believe, the financial system needed a lockdown, needed a complete stop of spending. Everyone just had to stop and sit in your place because we never really fixed what happened in 2009. That was all shoved under the rug, and we just took interest rates down to almost zero. Free money, and that stimulated everything. We got free money for everything. Free money for every company, every DoorDash, every Silicon Valley, thing. You don't have to make profit. We'll just raise more money. Keep going. Until, if you look at what's something called the reverse repo market, it's a banking thing, spiked just like it did just before the Great Recession, the housing bust. That's right then is when, we got a lockdown, we've got a pandemic. And I would argue that seeing as, this recent bug that people have that's going around, which is not COVID, it's not flu, whatever it is.
RSV?
No, it's unidentified. No, I don't think anyone cares anymore, although it seems to be pretty bad. It was the media that really freaked everybody out. We got, we had death counts on the screen, all this stuff going on and on and on. And everyone stayed home, and that allowed everything to calm down, allowed the financial markets to do some shuffling back and forth. And then we did, of course, what they needed to do is create a whole bunch of extra money and get that out there, which, of course, is what caused inflation. And this is going to be here for a while. And so those two are linked, whether purposefully or not. The lockdown and the pandemic and the fear and the destruction of companies and jobs, et cetera, was beneficial to the financial system. And now I think they're just out of control. I think it's like 40% of all dollars ever created, which, they're printed basically on a computer, were made in the last 3 years.
What?
So since the dollar started, yes.
No way.
Jamie, look it up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 40%.
Oh, my God. I can't handle this.
Yeah, and that went to, you can. And that went to, a lot of people got really rich. If you look at Lake Austin, after the pandemic, everybody upgraded their toys. There was new speedboats. Everyone had everyone who had money just made more and just did incredibly well. So
here it is.
This was November 21.
Is it a big deal that 40% of U.S. dollars was printed in the last 12 months? No, it's not. Well, thank you. What is this guy's name?
It's not. All right.
How do you say that guy's name?
I don't know him.
But how do you say his name?
Sohit
Miglani. Okay, please read first. I received a high amount of negative comments and emails telling me that inflation is real and my article is wrong. Please note that nowhere in my article do I say that inflation doesn't exist. It is real, and it is happening. The goal of the article was to separate the current economic conditions from the impact of the 40% printing statistics and the fact that they are not related in the way most politicians would communicate. I'm sure if you read enough articles, seen enough TikToks and tweets about this statistic, it sounds like a scary fact, and mostly it's been used by polarizing figures on social media.
I'm polarizing.
You are a polarizing
I'm a polarizer,
figure.
Brother.
On social media to drive hysteria and scare people.
Sure.
Or for polarizing the public against their political opponent. But what does this figure mean? Even mean, and is it really that big of a deal? The simple answer is no, it's not a big deal. The explanation is slightly complicated and informed by socioeconomics.
Well, I can tell you what this leads to. This is MMT, or modern monetary theory. And this is something that the economists are all in on. And the idea is, like Japan, you can just keep printing money, handing it out. And if you think unemployment insurance in Texas, even though it's supposed to be for 3 months, it is on par with a $65,000 or $70,000 a year salary. I mean, you can get by on unemployment insurance pretty well for a bit. The modern monetary theory really is, like the universal basic income. Andrew Yang, that was his thing. This is what Japan did. and it's called the Japanese debt trap. And you just keep printing and printing. The problem you have is you need to have young people. You need to keep making human beings.
Oh, boy.
And this is the problem. And I've spoken to bankers, like real Wall Street guys. I know them, they're friends. And they say, oh, we have nothing to worry about in America when it comes to modern monetary theory. So why not? Because if we don't make enough babies, we'll just import them. Hence the border being pretty much open. Just keep people coming in. That's the idea.
Wait, you really think that the reason why they leave the border porous is because we need more immigrants because they're printing more money?
You need humans, literally need humans to do stuff. We're
So
not.
they're calculating this in a long game?
Yeah.
But don't you think that part of what they're doing is it's combined with this idea that you don't need ID to vote? And then it's also combined with this idea that
I think that's a red herring.
But in some places, they're saying that they want illegal aliens to be able to vote.
Yeah, New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is very strange. It's really odd because you're kind of encouraging people to stay illegal if that's the case. Because one of the plus sides of being involved in a country is you get to vote. Right, you get to decide like, hey, I don't like this guy or I like that guy.
Right.
Like if you're not really a part of the country, but you've snuck over here, now all of a sudden you are a part of the country. Like, what's the difference if you could vote? Like, what separates it? You don't really pay taxes, so are you being taxed? You're getting sales tax but what if you're not registered? Like, if you're not really an American citizen, are you paying taxes?
It doesn't matter. I do not know a single Wall Street guy who gives a fuck about which party is in power. They don't care. Doesn't matter. That does not matter. It's a uniparty, essentially. Right. Look at the military-industrial complex. Republicans and Democrats are all for war. Yay! Let's go buy some more shit.